Hello, SimTheWorld here. We are back with PC Building Simulator, the Esports expansion. The only game where you can get a GPU. Let's jump in. This is Friday. I checked on, or I moved on to the next day. So tomorrow is the tournament, the first tournament for our Strike Back Go team. Let's jump right in. So we had a bunch of text messages come in. Let me start off with the easy stuff. So Setherus asked us to make sure there's at least 4 lights with the breathing status on. As you can see, we have the lighting in. It should be on breathing mode. It's hard to tell. There it goes. It's getting darker. I didn't do the obnoxious flashing. And I switched all the lights to green, so I think it looks really good. Because I got all the RGB water cooling parts, I think that was a safe assumption, and it paid off because we did need those components for the lighting. Then for Frank here, let's go take a look. He also requested that he gets a new wallpaper set to the Dragons logo. Nailed it. Those were the easy ones. Let's go actually take a look at the ones we need to work on today. So as for PP, he asks us to overclock his computer. He says we need to check it here. But in his email he sent over, he wants us to overclock the CPU to 5.1 gigahertz or 5100 megahertz, however you want to look at that. So actually we're just going to do that real quick. I don't think it will be a big deal. Yeah, we just need to, not there, but go to 51 times on the ratio. We'll do, yeah, let's stick with 1.5. He's got enough cooling in there. That should be fine. And of course, we'll test it. Yeah, he's got a water block on there. This should handle the heat without an issue. Let's go ahead and run it. As long as this stays under, I think it's 94 degrees Celsius, we should be good. Oh yeah, it's stabilizing at 74, no issue there. It's already been overclocked. Once this test finishes, that will satisfy the requirement in the text. But this again was another one of those easy tasks. Once this is off, we'll uninstall and head on to our last PC, and that is from Shishi. She had sent us a text over saying that it's super last minute. She wants a new CPU cooler, and I've got that already in the cart. But in addition to the new CPU cooler, she also said that she tried to overclock her CPU and something died. So we need to figure out what went wrong. Of course, somehow in blowing up the case, she also got it covered in dust. Not quite sure how all this happened, but let's get this taken care of. See if it boots, and then, okay, so the CPU cooler is bad, and the CPU is bad too. Damn. That's unfortunate. Hopefully everything else is good. We'll order the new CPU with the cooler and take care of that all at once. I think that's good enough there. Let's get that uninstalled. If I have to run that test again, I'm going to flip out. Ah, the 3800X is dead. That's really disappointing. Let's go here. Yep, it's dead. Add it to cart. Same day delivery. We are running so tight on money, it's not even funny. If there's anything else wrong with this computer, we're going to have a bad time. I think we could have gotten away with putting the 1800 back in, but I'll save that for tournament if something goes wrong. And then the correct CPU cooler. She wanted the white one. And I think we're good to go. As long as the PC boots. There it is. Everything fixed. We should be good to go. The fans are all spinning. I'm calling that a great success. And with that, I think we're ready for the tournament. I have no clue what's going to go wrong there, but I'm sure it's going to be a chaotic mess. Hopefully our 1300 is enough. Alright, breathe. 6 minutes, our phone's blowing up like crazy. Let's check our email box first off. And Esports AMD, we took care of that. So I think we're good to go. Nothing there. Let's start with the text. Sethra says his PSU failed. We need to take care of that. So let's go see Sethra. Gotta pull this out. We had a 1,000-watt power supply. I don't think I have an extra on me. So we're going to have to add one to the cart. Yes, so let's take care and add that now. Be a little bit quick here. But the faster we go, the faster we get the tournament. As for PP, he says something terrible has happened, it is damaged, don't have much time to repair. Let's take a look at what's wrong here. See what boots and what doesn't. Oh. What is that? A blue screen? I'm very confused. I am very, very confused. Let's check the graphics card works. Maybe it's the memory. Let's pull out a couple sticks, see what happens. Check our inventory. Hopefully it's just like one stick died. Well, this is going to need some work to figure out. Let's go ahead and... Oh, you know what it might be? It might be a virus? No, nothing we could do with that. Go ahead and... Yeah, we're going to have to figure this out. Shoot. We might have an issue here. Let's see. Oh, it's an empty reservoir. Okay. Fantastic. That is an easy fix. Let's get some red coolant in here. There are very few issues that that could cause that. So let me see. We need to fill this up. Go try that. Let's do the pipes. It's got to be the coolant. Something's got to be wrong with the coolant. See if that works. We get a look at the other text messages while this happens. She wants 6 purple lights in her build. Okay, she, whatever. Get that happening real quick. We don't have time for all this. Let's get the lighting in. Got 3 minutes left. We're halfway through our time. Let's see if that works. We might have to retry this one. So as for purple lights, not sure what the color combination for purple is. Let's do 255. Do something like that. Looks good to me. That's taken care of. And finally, Fink's PC. What does he want? So it's pretty cool. Don't know if there's a problem. You make sure I'm not sitting next to him. Also make sure he has 16 gigs of RAM. Perfect. Fine. Done. So this is the last PC I got to figure out. And it might not be a stable overclock. Let's try that. Go ahead, save that, see if it boots. We got to get that power supply bought pronto. There it goes. So I wonder if the water block is bad. Still not saying diagnose, but we got it to screen. So let's get the power supply. I don't think there's anything I can do now. We need to make sure the other computer is up and running. Get the green cables. Power supply is in. Cables are in. Let's get that booted up. As for this, yeah, I don't think I have enough time to do anything. I am so confused on this. Oh, it's the CPU block. Who would have guessed? We're going to run out of time. No, let's see what happens. All right, so we got some overtime here. Let's go get the water cooling part. We got the block. Let us. So we probably will lose points for being too slow. That's okay. Hopefully there's no issues with our computers that we need to purchase anything in mid-tournament. Otherwise, we're going to have some serious issues. We need the pipe in. That would be very helpful. We got a minute, so I'm feeling pretty good now. We should have plenty of time. Are you serious? Oh, come on. Now it works. They're just trying to fail us, aren't they? Incredible. So, get this booted up. We'll finish the case, get this all situated, and everyone should be happy. Just need the power to boot up. There we go. Let me check. Who didn't want, he doesn't want to sit next to PP. Fine. We'll put them separate, and let's set up on the stage. So we're finished. Let's go. Oh, did I have to move everything on stage? Ooh, oops. I was assuming we were going to the next phase. Oopsies. Well, we'll see how that affects our score. It looks like everything turned out all right. Let's take a look here. We had one job, and that was to set up. And that's where we lost our 4 points because we didn't put up their PCs on stage. AMD is happy with us. And overall, everyone's a little annoyed. That's a little disappointing. We could have did better. I'm just kidding with that ending. I wasn't happy with that. I don't think it ended well, I felt like it's a very tricky move to make the CPU water block break. It is a reasonable break. It's something that can happen, but given the time crunch, I ended up going back and replaying it to make sure that we were able to fix that quickly. And I will note, even knowing the parts ahead of time, even having them in my inventory before we went to tournament, it still took me about 4 minutes to get through all of their requests right at the end of the, right before the tournament took place. It wasn't something that, if I didn't know going in, I think you'd be really hard pressed to do this the first time through and get the full marks. And of course, everyone is happy. We took care of all of the requests. that's the goal of the game. I know I try to avoid going back and recreating history, but at least I'm being upfront with you guys. We did try very hard to make it happen. So, not something we're going to do consistently, but of course, I think it is a good move, at least to start off the first week. Let's make everyone happy, and then by the end of it, you know, they can say what they want. And with that, I think this is where we're going to leave off this episode. Thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates of future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch, as I'll occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.